All right, it is NBA free agency time in the NBA season. Off season is lit like always, and there are a lot of possibilities for a few NBA teams as things are happening, right? Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio. He reportedly has told him, look, I don't care if you get me to the Lakers or the Clippers, just get me to Los Angeles. Why does it matter what Kawhi Leonard wants? Well, he has 1 year remaining on his contract, meaning in about 1 year and some change, Kawhi Leonard can become a free agent. If he becomes a free agent after a team traded for him and they only had him for a year, they're going to be pissed and they're going to look at that as a waste of an investment, right? Trading picks, trading young talents. You don't do that with a guy like Kawhi. You got to get him to commit long term before you make that move. That's why it matters what Kawhi Leonard wants. Now, he wants to be in Los Angeles. The Spurs have been hesitant to trade Kawhi Leonard to Los Angeles because they're not fools. They know pretty much if LeBron James is down to two teams. Either that brother is staying in Cleveland or that brother is going to Los Angeles to be a Los Angeles Laker. We know LeBron is really, really close to joining the Lakers. He just don't want to be the first guy. You can't make Paul George sign and go to the Lakers first. But if the Lakers can make a trade, and if you're talking to LeBron behind the scenes and LeBron is telling Magic, yo, if you get Kawhi, I'm coming. That deal is done. So, again, the Lakers know they need Kawhi. Kawhi knows it would be good to be a Laker. The Spurs know that as well, and that's the problem. They're like, yo, we ain't just finna trade you to the Lakers. Not only are we losing a superstar, but we're now having to start over. We're now having to watch another super team be built in the NBA. They're having their hands full beating the Golden State Warriors as is, let alone another super team being created in the NBA, especially in their conference. So the Spurs are very hesitant to give up on their superstar. Greg Popovich believes he can still fix what's the problems he has in San Antonio. Now, I don't believe that's the case. I think it's gotten too personal, but I respect Greg Popovich for trying and sticking true to himself and not just being the guy that's going to go with what's cool for the NBA. No, he wants to keep his guy Kawhi Leonard in town. They've had 7 to 8 phenomenal years. They've had a championship out of it. Kawhi's won Defensive Player of the Year a couple times. Also brought that team a championship, being the Finals MVP. And that ring that they got in 2014 against LeBron James and the Miami Heat, Greg Popovich wants to make this work. And right now, Kawhi ain't bulging. He don't want to be there anymore. He don't want to play with Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. He think they stabbed him in the back. Now, as the Spurs reportedly have told the Lakers, look, if y'all want Kawhi, because we know y'all about to get LeBron too, we're going to tax y'all. We want Brandon Ingram off top. No deal can happen without Brandon Ingram. We want Brandon Ingram. We want Kyle Kuzma. And we want some picks. Now, I don't look at that as the highest price tag, but it's definitely a healthy price tag. Because the Spurs don't want Lonzo Ball. Now, here's the problem in what LeVar Ball has done throughout the NBA season this year. He's kind of ruined his son's trade value or his stock. The Spurs reportedly want nothing to do with LeVar Ball and his son Lonzo Ball, the actual player. They want nothing to do with him. They don't want no parts of Lonzo in LA. Now, here's what's crazy about this. If you're the Spurs and you have the opportunity to get 2 number 2 picks, right? Lonzo was a number 2 pick last year NBA draft, and Brandon Ingram the year before that. Wouldn't you take that? This guy Lonzo averaged like what 10, 7, and 7 last year? He's a good enough player with a lot of potential. You won't want him? Was LeVar that bad to stop you guys from wanting that kid? The Spurs are reportedly saying yes. They don't want anything to do with LeVar. So while I make this video, reportedly, Lonzo Ball has torn his meniscus. That's a crazy development. Though the Spurs had no interest in Lonzo beforehand, now he's untradeable. No team is going to trade for Lonzo Ball this summer because technically he's fragile and he can't pass a physical right now. Now, he said that he'll be ready for training camp. I find that hard to believe. Maybe LeBron's got to consider that. Lonzo ain't right. Some ain't right in his knee. He was injured a lot of last year. Now he's injured again. And I'm looking at the Spurs. They're looking up like, we don't even want to, you know what I mean? We don't want Lonzo like that. Maybe they're on to something. Maybe they knew something before this. I'm not sure when Lonzo tore his meniscus. But all I know is this is hurting the Lakers' chances of getting LeBron James because it's hurting their chances of getting Kawhi Leonard. Again, the Spurs, just to make it clear, They want Brandon Ingram no matter what. They're sold on Brandon Ingram. They're also sold on one of the Lakers' other young players. He fits the San Antonio scheme. Josh Hart out of Villanova, who was drafted last year as well. The Spurs want Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and they want Kyle Kuzma. No Lonzo. They want Kuzma, the rookie who was in that Rookie of the Year running, right? So, again, Spurs want a lot because they know they're about to help the Lakers make a super team. They don't want Lonzo, and I think that's very interesting. Lonzo's a good player. No matter what everybody wants to say about him and his dad, he can ball. I just need him more focused on the game. No, not rapping. I need him focused on the game. But nevertheless, it looks like he'll be a Laker with LeBron or not. He'll be in Los Angeles some way, somehow, because his trade stock has diminished. And report is because of that. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.